Welcome everybody to the show. The NA semifinals are underway. My name is Stronglegs, your host as always, and this beautiful man right here is Mike, DarfMike. As you all already know, he needs no introduction. Please, everyone, please, okay? Everyone relax. You should all know who this man is. If you don't, you will. But either way, this is, jokes aside, going to be a very interesting matchup between these two teams. Of course, Swole Patrol has been kind of using this pug mixed team, right? This kind of the pro reject squad, right? The people who haven't really found homes yet, the people who haven't really found a place to be. And I think we're ready to go underway as long as the Singularity's fresh mix as well, which is looking pretty fire. So let's get this action started and let's let the CS begin.
Yeah, I'm excited to see these two rosters compete for a couple of reasons as we get into this pistol round. Obviously, a lot of the names that are currently playing with Singularity were sort of connected to that rumored TSM lineup. So it's interesting to check in. I don't know if that's going to be happening anymore, but it's interesting to check in with their level. We haven't seen a ton of Moose. He was on and off the bench for United, so it's always good to see him playing again. And then Stick is a player who's been taking a bit of a backseat in various rosters on the bench for a while, but exciting to see him back and competing at a top level. Yeah, there goes Rosa gonna open things off. He doesn't get the second though, is traded, but it's a 2-for-1, and now top banana control's taken. A bit of damage done, but I think they're ultimately happy with the exchange, especially as they now have a lot of control on the map to deal with. Look at how they're spreading out that CT defense. It's just like a little bit too little butter spread over too much toast, and they're gonna have trouble dealing with whichever site Swole Patrol do eventually decide to hit.
Yeah, so they're reinforcing this B side, and they're really trusting Moose to hold this one down, right, from this position that he's in, the big pit, a position that's known pretty well for the multi-frag and highlight reel. So let's see if Moose can make it work. He spotted one player going out. That's the first. He's looking for a wounded swag. That could also be in the cards for him, but it's Neptune with the block to just tap him down, and nice shots. I think that just crisis averted with that kill right there.
Massively so. Now they're going to work to retrieve this bomb. There's still a chance here, though. Shaz and Sick can get something done here. Make that just Shazam, and he's unable to connect. Sabrosa just dancing around, finding the flank. His teammates baited up the shots, and he came through with the kill. So Swole Patrol will take the pistol round. They won the first engagement. They ultimately do see that one through to the pistol round win. And now they're going to start off strong. 3 AKs out right off the back. Wardell just saving for the AWP, it looks like. He could have picked up an AK. Oh, nope, there he goes. There's the creep. Okay.
Just a little fashionably late, Mike, all right? Fashionably late.
Hoppers always are, you know, they're the stars. They think it's all about them. They gotta run the clock a little bit.
Oh. Well, fashionably late, and Shazam is ready to welcome him. A nice scout shot, opening frag, and of course Singularity looking to bring the heat early themselves, right? They bought up. This is not an eco here for Singularity. They have the Deagles, they have a CZ for Sick, they have a few smokes to control the pace for Swole Patrol. And Shazam has the opening frag. And now he's gotten a second tag onto Sabrosa. One more of these, and now we're into really dangerous territory for Swole.
We're talking about him a little bit before the stream went live, where he's always a solid player, but every once in a while he has a game where he just steps up majorly. And Shazam, that's a nice way to get started with a scout, a frag and a tag already. And the tag's so important for softening these players up to the Deagles. All of a sudden, Sabrosa's one body shot away from death, and it starts to get very risky indeed. They've taken top brackets control, but you can see again they're just being a bit more timid, and Shazam's going hunting once more. He's got the scout around, he'll spot the shadow, he gets the tag and around the corner. That's 2 players now quite low, 2 of the AKs as well to boot. And the more time that runs off the clock, the more Swole Patrol is looking like they're living into a hospital ward. So much damage done by Shaz in this round. Now it's going to be the first kill followed up. There's 2 more very vulnerable players to try and pluck as they actually do hit this site.
And that's the healthy player removed right there by Moose. Now it's just one shot for the Eagles to eliminate both Swag and Sabrosa. Now Swag is able to eliminate Relics at least, trying to isolate these players inside and hit, but these guys are so scared, right? They don't have the confidence to take these fights. They're just jiggling away, looking for the fights. There's Sick, there's Moose, 1 and done each, and it's going to be Singularity stealing a round away off Shazam. Is crazy amount of damage in that round.
I think that round is the best example of why ADR is such an important stat over pure kills. Because Shazam only got 1 kill in that round, but he won that round for his team with the scout. I mean, 3 tags and a frag with a scout in an eco, or not in an eco, but a force buy situation. That was beautiful. He just set his teammates up to just be able to kind of sweep that one over as a little bit of a layup of a round, and you'll love to see it. He's already up to, what, 171 ADR through 2 rounds. That shows just how powerful that scout was.
Right, but I'm also surprised that they just let him take a shot in lane and just let him get away somehow. Like, what is that hesitation from Swole Patrol? They're going to need a little more confidence than that to fight back against the Singularity roster. But it is down to the Deagles. A single flashbang to work with. Not sure what their options are at the moment. They don't have banana control, and they're not quite in bracket yet. And of course, the crossfire here for Singularity will probably lock this one down for quite a while. Now, if they pop Banana, if they catch Relics, maybe eliminate Sick, that'd be huge. Oh, that nation.
Yeah. Once again, starting things off. Here's his second kill as well. There wasn't much to fight with this round, but what little they have is being ripped away. And now, bit by bit, they're just losing bodies, and they're losing them all to the SMGs as well, which is a nice little economic boon to their opponents. Every kill in this round is going to come from an SMG, and that's wonderfully done. Tons of money made for the Singularity side, tons of damage done, and not a player dropped for Sing. So now they're beautifully positioned. You're going to have another eco round. You're going to have these two SMGs still on the field to farm up some cash against these unarmored opponents. The only investment here is a couple of flashes and a couple of P250s, so you don't fancy Swole Patrol getting much of anything. Looks like they're just going to go for a straight play up Banana, and nades down mid, already going to be plucking the player. So much damage potential here, and the bodies are dropping, but Swag has answered back. He will be traded. Bomb's gone. There shouldn't be much more to do here. At the very least, they've let a tiny bit of blood to show that the Singularity side is, at the minimum, mortal.
That's a Glock. As soon as he hears that Glock, he's like, yeah, I'm not afraid anymore, even with 28 HP. Get the AK. Oh, he got it. Man, this is a great turnaround here for Singularity. I mean, Swole Patrol, they had all the cards. They had everything they needed for that early start. Get that economy rolling. Now they're kind of on the back foot. 2 rounds down. A lot of money in the bank for Singularity. They've done their investments, Mike. They've set themselves up here.
They really have.
And
they've been putting this away.
Yeah.
Any save in the urine is apparently the prevailing philosophy.
And these 2 AKs, they're going to certainly make the defense much easier. Now the Molotov come up. Dapper looking for the fight. A 1-for-1. Not the most ideal trade, but it works for now. And that extra damage onto Wardell's a little bonus.
Is indeed. Take Wardell down here. I think they're feeling pretty great. Shazam, tracking his gun down, getting forward so he can get the M4, and that upgrade might just be worth. Now it's essentially like you traded an SMG for a rifle on the other side, and I think that alchemy, that arithmetic is a little more friendly to the Singularity cause. And again, look at this setup. They've read the presence. They've put that one player on the top of the half wall. Now they're pushing them towards the reinforced site. Moose would get a little tagged up in this. He gets away with his life. And now there's a fight towards lane. Sick comes out worse the wear for it, but he's got information for his team. And Swole Patrol don't quite know which way to turn. They're going to go ahead and fade back off of this. They're hesitating a little bit. They're trying to make sure the bottom banana is still clear. Shazam's jump peeking this. Dell might be able to get a shot here, but he actually caught the edge of that flash. He's going to have to bail off of it. So it's going to be up to Shazam to stall this out. He's got reinforcement coming in and a very wounded Sick. But if he can get a pick here early on, Shaz is going to set his...
He's waiting for that flash.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's just patiently waiting. That's a really good teamwork between him and Sick. They've locked down the B side, but now the hit's coming in towards the A side. Moose is above, one weighing the smoke. He has cover. His teammates in here as well. They're just going to hold strong. They don't really need to do anything. It's a little claustrophobic, yes, but this is a good situation to be in right now. Find one, and he does. Now it's just Wardell with the op. Not the best of weapons in this scenario. Players all around, and it is Singularity once again in almost textbook.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. It's okay. They fumbled a little bit. They downgraded one of their weapons to a Galil, but at least they got the op, Mike. That's what matters.
They were both racing for the op, and Moose winds up with a Galil in hand. That is the worst second prize. Oh, well. It'll be all right. They've got an eco to get through.
Yeah, it's worth the first prize. That's unlucky. Nice pop flash. Moose is like, you know what? Just get this over with. Let me just use this Galil, do something with it. He's not having a good time.
Oh.
Oh, at least they can only get a Galil.
If he has an AK there, I think he gets 2. That's the unfortunate part. That's always the Galil, right? Every time you lose your life with the Galil, you're like, if only I had an M4, if only I had an AK, I would have had that. I would have had those kills. I would have won that engagement. It can be frustrating. But now they got to be a little careful. Yes, you still got the advantage here. You've still got all the weaponry in the world, but look at this. There's one. Okay, Sick. That lives up to his name. What a sick shot. I was going to say you have one player here towards B. If he goes down, you're vulnerable, but that's not going to be a question mark, as Sick has clearly been practicing his aim. That was disgusting.
You got to love that. That just stopped you dead in your sentence, too. You got to love that. And I don't think Sabros is going to be jump spotting that again. Now it's just going to be Sick to try to hold back against this awkward split that's happening, right? They have a lurk. It's not really so much a space. It's a B hit coming in with a lurk and Neptune. But Sick's now starting to see this. The flashbang will go out. That's going to allow him the opportunity to fight. No one is really responding back. The flashes are coming in a little too soon, but he is able to reposition on site at least. Establish himself. Wait for reinforcements. Now with 30 seconds left, Swole Patrol needs to make their move. If that smoke fades, it's going to get way harder. But they won't even get past Sick. He's holding it down. The spray's there as well. Swag's eliminated. Neptune left scattered on the lurk, and it seems like Shazam is pretty aware of it.
There's a chance here for the sick A. Shaz is watching, though. Should have the shot. Absolutely does. No problem there. 4K for sick, though, as that aim is looking on point. I mean, that round was just a clinic in his gunplay, but he made it look beautiful. Not a wasted bullet. Pure efficiency through there. We are going to have a player drop out of the server. That's Japper, I believe, who we will hopefully get reconnected in just a moment. But that's probably going to lead to a bit of a toss here as he gets the reconnection. Oh, okay. But that was a really nice round from Sig. That was just kind of him flexing on the competition and showing that, hey, you want to come to the B bomb site, even if it's just me? Good luck. Good luck, bud.
He's back. And there's that shot from Sick. Oh, it's so clean. Wow, it's so clean. That's the 5-1, Mike. This is starting to enter a little dangerous territory here if you're Swole Patrol, right? It's not so much the round differentials. Obviously, there's still early days here in the first half, but it's really the fact that I haven't seen anything convincing of them on these gun rounds. And Caboose is about to change his name to James Bond.
Never a good time for Booster. Usually a very solid player, but that's concerning if he gets a secret agent card. We got a little bit of utility exchange, no damage actually done off of it. And really what I love what I'm seeing from Singularity. We've been seeing some nice team play, some nice combination, waiting for the utility. That existing team play between Sick and Shazam obviously still there. And then you've got the remainder of the roster played together. This is working very nicely as a unit. Meanwhile, for Swole Patrol, we just need to see a bit more. These kind of lackluster takes, a little bit of utility tossed. They've at least forced them back into the site itself, so Sick will be holding the flower pot position, although there's strong control towards the top of mid over towards the A-bomb site, so it's not all lost for Singularity, if you will. They're pretty content to give up this first line without too much concern. Now, utility being tossed in, that's going to prompt Dapper to reposition. They should have a pretty good crossfire as the sites hit. A lot's going to come down to whether they can hard clear Sick here and get him off the flower pots without too much damage done. But as I say that, they're fading off of Banana. They don't want anything to do with it. They just wanted to put this one player here towards the top. That's going to be Swag, who will wait here and see if he can't do damage on the rotation. Meanwhile, they're going to work their way mid. And it's good timing, too. But 35 seconds, they're still looking very timid, very lackluster on this, and by the time they actually hit, this may become a clock concern. Looks like it wants to be a split B now. They've audibled, they changed it up, but by the time they actually get to the site proper, there will be 3 players here, and they're not going to have any spare time. They're not going to have any time on the clock.
You know, I was just about to say Moose kind of needs to do something here in CT spawn if they want anything to accomplish, because now he's a little off. Sick is boosted up. He manages to find 2 kills, at least relieving Dapper of a little bit of pressure. And with only 7 seconds left, they need to just rush him right away. As long as he doesn't fall, that's the bomb, that's the round. Dapper maneuvering that perfectly with 13 HP, and somehow, Mike maneuvers his way out of that. I don't know how he did that under pressure, but wow, that was well done.
That's that star power from Dapper. That's beautiful. Just playing around the new box. I mean, we knew. He just needed to buy time, and he knew it as well. I don't think he was necessarily even trying to go for the kills. He wanted damage. He wanted to slow the player down in the pit. But as soon as he kills him, as soon as he drops the bomb, that round is won. He doesn't even need the second kill to secure it. He does that anyway for style points, to stunt on them a little bit. And stunt on them he shall. So once again, we have another eco. This is looking like we're going to head to that Brazilian scoreline of 7-1. There's strong control here. Great setups from Singularity. They've already got control of the top of Banana, so they can just fade off it. Put 4 players here ready to receive the rush from Swole Patrol, who are eventually going to hit. That nade's going to be meaty. It does a lot of damage, and now they're just vulnerable targets falling out of the balcony. Everybody's dropping. The bodies are hitting the pavement, and they've got nothing to show for it. No bomb plant, certainly, but now Neptune is not even going to find the kill. Everybody survives once more for Singularity, and this is just looking like a one-sided affair. Even in the rounds that they win them so cleanly that this is just looking beautiful for Singularity.
Yeah, to add on top of that, even their micro movements, right, are just really on point. Like, you can see Relics gets dinked by the CZ. He doesn't even move a single inch off from behind the default box. He knows his teammates got him. He doesn't even risk his life. Like, these things, they don't come easily, right? They look easy, but these things are easy mistakes to make if you're in a match. But somehow, right now, Singularity really are playing as one, no pun intended. The nade stack is there. Swag is eliminated, and they've been robbed a man advantage on a gun round via nades alone. Pure dominance coming out right now from Singularity.
It is indeed. And again, we were talking about it. That's underperforming as well from Swole Patrol. We've still got beyond the secret agent now. Caboose sitting on the 008. Wardell not doing a lot better. A 1-0 and 8. He's had multiple rounds where he's gotten his favored weapon, the AWP, and been completely unable to do anything with it. So there's really no excuse. Because sometimes you say with a player like Wardell, well, they haven't given him an opportunity to get the off in hand. But they have, repeatedly. Neptune's going to get an opener here. But they're not expecting Moose, who's just been sitting patiently in his balcony position, gets the frag. Maybe Wardell will be able to pluck a player in towards pit or somewhere and get them something going in this round, but it's not looking probable. 50 seconds on the clock. They're still headed towards this A bomb site where there's a lot of reinforcements for Singularity. They're trying to deal with Moose's position. If he can just go ahead and get out of there, he's still got a smoke as well to secure his spot. There's relics on site. There's a player coming around from the arches as well. This is a hopeless situation. It's going to require pretty nutty play from two players who are out on a get it done. And there's the first player dropped the second as well. I'll have nothing to show for it in this round. 4 players surviving once again for Singularity. And once again, a smackdown on the Swole Patrol.
Yeah, the team money for Singularity right now is nearing 50. Sorry, it is 55,000, which is pretty much 2 buy rounds in a row for Singularity. So they have this gun round and then 2 gun rounds after that, which is a terrifying place to be if you're on the CT side, obviously. Not only that, but they also have 2 SGs and the op available. So, I mean, their weaponry probably couldn't get any better unless they had all SGs and ops. And Swole Patrol.
We're going to talk about something else that's a little concerning here, Roy.
Yeah, hit me.
This is Swole Patrol's map pick.
Yes. That's a very good reminder. It really puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
It's rough. I think I now have a theory. So Moose and Dapper both have their pictures being golden retriever puppies playing in the grass. Maybe the same puppy. Not sure here. That's my conspiracy theory right now. But I think they've done that because they knew how much of a beatdown this is going to be, and they wanted to make it a little easier for Swole Patrol, so they'd have something nice to look at.
Oh, a little eye bleach.
Yeah, you know, just make it nice. Make it nice.
Great. Now, if I have to make a suggestion, I would say that Wardell and Caboose probably have to wake up here if they want any sort of success. Caboose has not even done a single point of damage, Mike. Not one.
Oh, no.
Not from
Really?
a nade. Oh, wait. Sorry. No, I lied. He's done 12 damage.
22 utility damage. He's actually got the second most utility damage on his team because there are 3 players who have no utility damage on this Inferno. Here we go. The spray down with the Krieg. Not able to connect, though. That one actually gets away from Sick. There we go. Here's an opportunity. Oh, God. Shazam. Just finding the shot through smoke. There's a second. They'll get a bomb plant at least. But even before they can get that bomb down, they've lost half their numbers. And now Swole Patrol have to desperately try and cling on with Wardell mostly wounded, no armor with a Krieg, and Sabrosa just trying to deke it out. This is going to take a miracle. It's looking miserable indeed. And Wardell, well, he will get one. That'll be all she wrote. Shazam hitting the shots with the op, starting it through smoke, finishing it in clear vision, and a defuse in. Singularity. It almost looked like they might let something slip in this round, but they just immediately reel it back in.
Yeah, there was a glimmer of hope, right? As soon as they got that kill, as you only got 1 kill, Sick that got eliminated. As soon as you got that 1 kill, there was like a small glimmer of hope that, okay, maybe this is the robbery that they need. Maybe this is the round where they start to swing things around. But no, Shazam kills one through smoke, Dapper kills one on the flank, and it just crumbles from there. Now Swole Patrol back on the buy round. And I think this time they're going to start being a little bit more aversive, right, to this banana control. They haven't won it once, Mike. They've lost the control every single time, it seems.
Oh, here we go. Here's the swing. Sabrosa's vulnerable to it. Is Sick gonna hard clear it? He should. There's a flashbang. He's actually gone beyond him, but Sabrosa reveals his position. He's spraying, so Sick can get out of there. No harm, no foul. He didn't actually get connected on. And here's the trades. It's messy. It's meaty. But ultimately, it's going to come out even. And this actually does make the difference, especially considering the position. Second kill here for Wardell. Now the site's open. Bombs planted. And they've got a man advantage, Roy. This is the first time since pistol round that they've actually had an advantage in the round. Let's see if Swole Patrol can.
Yeah, they're going to have to convert this one. They're in perfect position to do so. They have 2 players, one in sight, one in the small pit, and the other one on the stairs that's contingency planned. And of course, at this point, Sabrosa is realizing no one's coming flank. Needs to help his team as soon as possible. Sick gets one. Neptune kind of stuck in this position. Needs to support as soon as possible from Sabrosa. Dapper, he's just maneuvering around to sight. He's looking for that second player, but he's not even sure where to find that second player. And Sabrosa just staying patient as ever. And Neptune, he's running down the time. He's not giving away his life. He doesn't want him to have a chance in this one. He just wants to keep him stressed out. And it is Swole Patrol in a favorable 3 versus 2, securing a round, Mike. 9-2.
Absolutely. I think Dapper's a little disappointed he couldn't get one more kill there. I don't think they're too upset about losing this round, but they'll be all right. After that first shot from Sick, it's all over. And then just the quick tap onto the Opper, always a little concerning him towards Pit. But we'll see how this goes. We have a chance to build a little momentum here, which would be a great thing headed into the half. Just get this back under control, make this look like a bit more of a reasonable scoreline on your own map pick. Get a little bit of wind under your wings. See how it can go. Sabrosa has the timing here. They've gone a little too aggressive on Banana too many rounds in a row, and this time he's going to punish them for it. Sick is still behind the wood panel. Do they realize it? He's just trying to avoid the flashes. He will get a kill as a result. Does he get the second? No, Wardell trades it. So now top Banana control is secured. Swole Patrol are going to actually react on it by hitting the other site, grouping up and massing towards A, where you just got Moose, who's got to hang it on. At a disadvantage once again, and Swole Patrol looking like they might just be able to read this and send it through. Now they've got the information, tons of utility coming in. Can Moose do the damage necessary? No, he cannot. That's the site fallen. That might actually be a save already. Plenty of money in the bank for Singularity, but the question is it worth it just throwing these guns away?
Yeah, probably not. That's a attempt there from Moose to try to bring back some sort of balance, but I mean, we're starting to see a different pace for Swole Patrol, right? They get the double picks, they have the man advantage. They trade out one player for that, not I mean, pretty good trade. I mean, not even a bad trade. A great trade for Swole Patrol. And then they instantly go somewhere with it, right? They instantly try to capitalize off their advantages instead of waiting around, getting picked by Shazam, waiting around, getting picked off by Moose. They actually green light into the site, and it works out perfectly.
It's odd to me that now Relics is starting to creep up. The damage, he was looking to do damage onto those players hiding into his pit. I think Caboose might go down here. Oh, he does survive, so no problem there. Not quite enough damage done. 4 players surviving, and now Swole Patrol should be pretty good to see through the next few rounds. They've got a little bit of a leeway, and there's just not too many rounds left in the half. The double op's gonna come out here. Here's the response from Singularity. 2 rounds in a row for Swole Patrol. That can't happen. Time to break out the double op. See how Sick handles the big green gun over towards B. He's been phenomenal with the rifles, and we'll see if the change up to the heavier armament does him good.
I'm a huge advocate and supporter of the double op setup on Inferno on the CT side. It's one of the strongest things in the game, but what's not strong is just not realizing Sabrosa has a forward position on you, and now Dapper's also exposing his life to what could have been a very dangerous double kill there for Sabrosa. But he does find one, which is still a pretty solid trade. Now Neptune comes out mid, catches Relics with utility in his hand. Moose needs to eliminate Moose here, and he does. That brings things back into balance, but now he's stuck in this position for now. He will use the smoke for cover. Oh, he made a step getting out. Moose, if he kept walking, he had Neptune dead to rights, but he made a step. Now Shazam, he spots one player going to site. So at least they have some info as to what's happening here. And that swag would have certainly helped things.
Certainly would have. Not going to get lucky the second time. Swag, though. The first shot was nice. A little unexpected. I think Dapper's just going to go ahead and get this out of there. Actually run out here. Sick, a little bit lower on the cash. They were going for that double up. It starts to get expensive, and expensive tastes leads to broken budgets. So Dapper, once again, trying to find a kill just towards the periphery, but time's already ticked too far for him to really contend for this bump site itself. He's going to slip out towards mid, I think. Maybe try and pluck one more kill if he wants to go towards lane. I don't think this is really advisable. At this point, the money's fine for the T side. You're not paying that much, and he misses the shot. Is he going for it?
Oh, he's going for the grenade?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, alright. Can we add that to the blooper reel? Doja nade gone wrong. Is that a thing? Can we make that a thing?
X-God gone wrong.
Yeah, the X-God.
Kind of just... I miss Doja. He was so memeable, and he leaned into it. Is he still playing?
I don't think he's competing professionally anymore. I think he just took his esports earnings, opened up some local businesses, and now he's just hanging out.
I'm just looking at the Doja poster right now in Pit. Love it.
That was an NA Doja nade.
It really was. It really was.
Oh,
it's so
man,
unfortunate. It was kind of like it was an afterthought. But I will say one thing, Caboose is off of the donut.
Yeah, he is.
He's cracked.
Yep.
He's free of that curse.
He's evolved. I mean, jokes aside, Caboose is actually a really slept-on talent. I know he's kind of haven't been having a quiet few months, probably even honestly a quiet year overall. But he really was that next up prospect, right? And you know what? He has 1 kill, but he has a 100% headshot ratio, Mike. I'll take that.
He does. There you go. There you go. Extreme scream stats. If you can't get the headshot, just don't get the kill. Yeah, Caboose, I've always been a fan of the way he's played. I've always been a fan of his prospect. He's obviously, I mean, he's one of those players who tends to do really well on the local LAN circuit. He's run a lot.
He's a LAN player,
guys. He's a LAN god, and that's what you want. That's what you want out of them. So maybe he's just getting used to it. As he warms up into this, I expect to see more of a contribution. Shit. Oh, this is once again looking messy. Suddenly the formula's been solved. There were so many rounds where Singularity was just dominating that early banana presence, and Swole Patrol's not letting them have it anymore. They've collected another body off of it. They lose a little bit of health in exchange, but it's worth it. And at this point, they don't really have any ability to fight back into this. Singularity, they've got a player committed to the sandbags. It's going to be tough for them.
Now, Sick does have the flashbang. I think they're just waiting for the right time to strike. But that kill off the Shazam really makes things awkward, and it kind of adds urgency to Relix's play. It is going to be coming at the perfect time. That flashbang, it needs to come in. There it is. Is it going to blind the first player? It does. He's going to try to follow up, but now he's been in a tough situation. Sick kind of has to sacrifice him. And they're good for 2. And Sick now following up on his own frag. And he still has bullets in the clip, and he will shut down Sabrosa as well. And Neptune's kill from earlier, I think that gives it away, especially now that they have banana control. Sick is very much aware that this is a potential flank, and his teammate coming in on the flank pretty much confirms it. Molotov to block off. That's the reposition. That's the group up for Singularity, and this just got much, much harder for Neptune here.
They just got mollies for days. They've got another one even. Sick threw his molly, picked up a second molly, threw that molly. Now you've got a molly for Moose. I mean, so much time's being let off the clock. They'll presumably drop a smoke right after this. He's not even going to get a chance. And the bomb's outside of the smoke, so this is actually perfect. Neptune has to flash his way through, blinds himself in the process, and just gets got. He had to try it. I mean, why not? There's nothing else he can do. Can't reposition. There's just not enough time on the clock. And that tons of utility right at the end just shuts him down. So Singularity do get to double digits. They get a 10 on the half. Maybe a little less promising than it was looking earlier on, but it's still a very strong half here on Inferno. And if they can salt away this last round, if they can win it and put it themselves up to 11, they'll be feeling fantastic heading into the second.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Swole Patrol was also like that round for themselves, just to buy them a little bit more room to get things rolling. Not have as much pressure on the pistol. Sabrosa, once again, not quite having a good time. Banana taking a lot of early damage. And Wardell has lost his life as well. Singularity doing great work in the early round once again.
Sick is so impressive this game. Not only is he the highest in actual kills, he's also got the most effective flashes for his team. Sick. He's doing it all. He's doing it all. This round, it's all Shazam, though. Big kills for the AWP, closing down A for business. Now it seems like, once again, they might just be funneled into this B hit, and this is not a B hit that's been very promising for them. Sick still lurks, sits. Sick has been nigh on unstoppable, and he's got support as well. Two teammates, including Dapper, up on the flower pots, who should be well positioned to punish anyone who's distracted by their engagement with Sick. You look one way, you're going to be punished from the other here, Roy. This is a no-win situation for Swole Patrol.
Yeah, they only have a single smoke to make this work, too. Now, this contact play usually is pretty strong if there's 2 people here, but now that there's 3 people here, it gets a little bit more awkward, and their single smoke just got flubbed.
Woo! Last shot, Dapper needed the bailout, and Shazam comes in clutch to secure him, to secure the round, and there you go, 11-4. You can't be flubbing smokes like that against this crowd. They are going to punish you every day of the week. It was looking merciless from Singularity. Swole Patrol got themselves a little bit of a window, just a little run of rounds to make this at least a possibility. Those 3 rounds vital. But they're going to need to start off on the right foot here. They pretty much have to take this pistol round. And while they did take the first pistol round, gotta do it again. That's the other thing, Roy. They won the first pistol, and they got 4 rounds on the half. None of which was named off the pistol.
And they just got straight up robbed. Excuse me, I just choked on that kill. Oh my god, Caboose. All right, maybe he's gonna come to life here. Oh, a second one. He does get shut down. And Jesus. All right, Caboose, we see you. Going up, looking to follow up. Not quite going so well for him. Neptune. Eventually by the crate. Shazam next to fall. Now in the CT sandwich. And then Swole Patrol. They do pick up an easy round. Well, it looked like an easy round.
Someone told Caboose that round was vital, and he said, all right, bet I'm going to triple my kills here. I'm going to flick the switch in my brain and just frag out. And now he's got the FAMAS as well. He's back. I'm feeling it. CT side Caboose. He's just very CT sided. He's like Nuke, old Nuker, train.
I think with those 3 kills, he's tied with Wardell now. Who's also been pretty quiet this game.
Wardell has 5. Got a little bit more. I was going to say, that's a really damning stat. Hopefully, Wardell, CT side up, can be a little more comfortable as well, because they definitely need that strong off presence. They've got the same ADR, actually. 28 and 27, despite the 2 more kills for Wardell. So take from that what you will.
Okay. I do expect... I mean, opping on T side is actually really hard on Inferno. It's much, much easier to op on the CT side. So if Wardell is going to come to life, it's probably going to be in this half. Right now, Singularity, they don't have much to work with. It's just that single Deagle in the hands of Shazam and the 1 flash for the IGL relics. Now, Skylar is probably going to be looking for the right opportunity, maybe the right timing. That's the first flash. Wardell gets blinded by it. It gives him a little bit more wiggle room, but I don't think they really get too far away here.
Oh, he should feast here. Wardell down to 9 health, but he's done the damage he needed. He's looking for a little more. He's going to get it as well. Stays alive. That's what done for Wardell. Now he's got the bomb, and Swag can just clean up the last 2. All those kills coming through with SMGs as well, which makes sense. They had 4 of them. That was the likely result. But some extra cash in the pocket, and that, I think, is going to lead to them getting the double up pretty much as soon as they get into their second gun buy. They'll take the bonus round mentality here. With the 4 SMGs, it is going to be a bit tough. They've got utility to paper out those deficiencies, but I'm not so sure they're going to be able to see this one through. But if that happens, they do lose it, they'll have the double up immediately. You're on for now. Well, I say that. Actually, Swag bought into a lot of utility. Not sure they're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's a good trade. You know, you downgrade, you go for the bonus with SMGs, but you also have a ton of utility to control the pace here for Singularity, who are on the opposite end, don't have much. Now, Swag, he's supposed to be covering their backs. Relics is just going to turn around and see 2 people. Like, where is the cover here? The setup, it's supposed to be Swag protecting them behind, but instead they just get ran over in a failed hall setup. And now he's scavenging, scattering, trying to get on site, but he's stuck towards the halls now, and they own the A site. And as long as Swag is here, it will apply some pressure, but an important battle here between Sick. Oh, he avoided it. Sabrosa, he's running down. I think Sick will eventually hear that. He might just kill the flank and go B off that. And did he go off it? Nah, they're just going to eliminate Swag. Out the halls, just gets squeezed out. And Singularity have 12.
All right, double up. I want to see it right off the bat. Swag and Wardell, pick it up. Break it out. Break out the big green gun. You won't have much on Caboose or Neptune, but I think it's worth it to go for a show of force right away. No, they're not going to do it. Single up. They're not messing with that double up. They wanted the extra utility. Don't have any kits, despite the fact that Wardell could buy one here.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Bit concerning. That drives me insane. We'll see. They're just going to leave Wardell, not even forward position, but he's going to be solo holding B here. He does have the utility to drag out time, to allow rotations to come in, but they wanted that heavy presence towards brackets early on. We'll see if it yields any.
Sabrosa, he's just getting spammed through the halls. The Molotov comes out. Sabrosa just not, he is not having a good time up here, Mike. He's getting absolutely destroyed by utility. He's going to have to fall off, give up the setup, weaken it a little bit, but there is still 4 players here. And if Singularity walk into this without the proper flashes, they'll still lose casualties. The smoke's going to block off bracket, which means that boiler will be the only point of contact. And I think that discourages them from attempting anything here. So for now, it's a laissez-faire. Everyone goes back to what they were doing. Default is restored. Banana control does belong to Singularity, though, so that is always an option for them, Mike.
It is. They're kind of being lured into it as well. You can see the bomb starting to adjust, but they're taking top control. I think this might be an attempt at a split B, which there's a decent presence towards. As I say that, they're actually fading off. I thought that was going to be a take on towards Arch. They're not dealing with it. They don't want it. They don't want to test it. They don't want to lose casualties. So it's going to be a pretty straightforward hit onto the B bomb site. And this is a pretty good setup for it. The utility's been bled out. They'll drop the cross smoke, but there we go. First shot in and through the smoke. Neptune goes. He gets 2 for the price of 1. That's worth it. Losing Wardell, though, makes this a bit more awkward. The bomb plant is going to come in. The 2v3 on the retake. Couple of flashes to try and make that work. But they'll group up, move en masse. And the 2 Singularity players are going to be in the backside. They got no control towards Banana. They don't have any control towards the coffins. It's going to be a vital first frag, and they do, in fact, find it. Relics delivering for his squad. And now the 2 remaining CTs out of position. Flash blinded, tapped down. No kits either, Roy. So time is of the essence. They want to go for this as instantaneous, and it won't matter. Moose will lock them down with that Krieg, and it'll be a round 1/3 for Singularity.
Huge team play coming out there as well. That flashbang peak really kind of solidifies. It's kind of like the summary of this game, right? Just proper teamwork, proper activity for Singularity. Even on the CT side, they're being very assertive, very dominant with their plays, and they knew exactly which engagements they wanted to take. And now Swole Patrol, unfortunately, their consequences of that last round is an eco here, which might put Singularity at 14. Alright, it's going to be now once again. So Rose on top of the sandbag. That's the first kill. Ooh, not too far away from the second, but it will be sick to follow up with 2. Now, this might give them the confidence to advance quickly on this B site, but there are 3 players still here. Flash that up for Swag. As soon as they're ready to go, these 2 players will peek from each side. And Sick, if he advances, he is definitely going to get caught in this trap.
Just gonna hold this. He's waiting for it. They haven't bit on it yet. 1:10 still on the clock. Plenty of time. And look at this map. There's just nobody towards A from either side. They have written it off entirely. Now you start getting a situation where it's dangerous. And with the 2 flashes, Swag can hold back, throw that when they start to hear the rush come through, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Here's the cross smoke. There's the flash through. Neptune's going to come through the first, shooting through his teammate. Sick will eventually find the kill. There's the second as well. This should be fine. Just going to be Swag. No armor. Used his flashbangs. Even takes a little bit of a smoke to the shins. He's just going to try for a little Hail Mary. And the spray's going to come back through. So 14th round for Singularity. No harm, no foul. Sick with a nice little anti-eco 4K to get his numbers back to a pretty nutty line. 25, 3, and 10 right now. He's looking good. 25 kills through 20 rounds. That's nothing to shake a stick at.
You know, it's actually been impressive how... I mean, okay, let's be real. Sick's had a pretty quiet last few seasons. But man, ever since he's joined this roster, I feel like ever since he got unleashed and had a bit more freedom to do sick things, he's just been so much better. And this is the star player that we kind of always hoped out of Sick, right? Really consistent fragging power throughout all the recent matches, and I really hope that continues to come to life.
It's lovely to see. It's always amazing when you see a player who's been relegated to some lousy roles get that leash taken off. Say, you know what? We're gonna focus on you. We're gonna highlight you. And you really do see what they're capable of. And some are up to the task, some aren't quite ready for it. But this is looking interesting. 3 players now very low. Sick over on the T side. Caboose and Neptune both limping along to the CTs. 1 nade here would end it all. Swag gonna catch 1 and a second as well through the smoke. That's the bomb to boot. The nade does come back through. It finds the kill on Neptune, but this is looking rough. Singularity with 1 player basically in a hospital bed, and Moose as the remaining healthy player. Oh, he's going to get a free kill on Wardell. Wardell has no chance. He's scoped in. No one's holding apartments. He had no idea Moose was here, apparently. Fortunately for him, Caboose is going to be able to bring back the frag, and now he just got Sick. He's all the way back. 35 seconds. Has to get towards the site. Has to try and get a bomb down, and he's in a 1v2 with no information on their position.
Yeah, really solid peek there from Caboose, right? As soon as if Moose gets on site, the round becomes almost unwinnable. But Caboose swings it right before Moose gets out of sight. That's perfect timing. Now he's just going to reposition with 15 seconds left on the clock. Yes, Sick can walk, but at some point he's going to have to make noise. And if Caboose remains patient and he doesn't get found here early on, he pretty much has this locked down. Oh! How did he know?
He peeked over the box, saw him in the corner. Caboose flicked over at the time, and Sick just timed the peek really nice. He just peeped him over the box. He must have had the comms that he was so low. Oh, Sick just gets around the corner before the player manages to peek out from library. It's only going to be 1 shot. Sick has to rely on the element of surprise here. He gets 1 shot at this. 1 shot with a zoom banger to get this through. Now he's spotted his flag. He got it. Sick. Beautiful play here. We were talking about him in the between round break, and he gets 3 kills in this to seal the deal. 21 rounds, 28 kills for Sick, and that's map point for Singularity on their opponent's map pick.
Wow, I'm speechless. First of all, the fact that he even got that kill is actual madness. Like, that was so well played. Swag now, he's just going to take the desperate attempt here to get anything going. The scout shot barely misses, and he gets tagged, which means that he probably lost his confidence along with his health points here, Mike. But this, I have nothing to inspire confidence in the Swole Patrol right now on this map, and hopefully not in the second map. Hopefully we see them come to life early on in the second map, because, 1, they definitely need it for their own psyche. But right now, they really are not inspiring much confidence.
It's looking so limp. And the contrast between them and Singularity, where Singularity are playing well together, they're using good utility, they're doing the damage, they've got the star player coming through and Sick, they've had other players step up in individuals rounds. We've had rounds from Shazam, especially with that scout early on, but in later rounds as well. We've had rounds from Dapper, we've had rounds from Relics. I mean, everybody's had their chance to shine, and they're all up to... It's just looking like a much more complete team right now, and Swole Patrol just not bringing the same form. So here we've got Neptune, who is on an island. He'll have players coming back through, but this is a really tough spot to hold. At best, you expect him to get 1 and be able to fall off and maybe stall for later, but this is a tough spot to play without any support. Fortunately for him, they didn't hit. They just threw their
Moose.
utility, drew a lot of presents over here, and they bail out.
He played with his food for so long, man.
Ooh.
Oh my god, Moose. The lurk. Ever lurking, ever present, always in on your map control. Just the absolute savage. And the whole site, the whole map even belongs to Singularity right now. It's going to be a very difficult retake, especially with the weapons that they have. Luckily, Neptune does have an SG. Now, Dapper's looking quite aggressive, maybe overconfident perhaps, but Shazam is there for the crossfire, and it's now Swole Patrol getting picked apart. And there it is. Singularity, 16-6 on the other team's map pick, Mike.
Yeah. That was... you've got... The only player who performed, who actually, in terms of kills, put out more than the lowest player over on the Singularity side was Swag. He had 16. The bottom of the board for Singularity was 15 kills on. I mean,
wow, okay,
that was a beatdown. That was an absolute beatdown. There was really no point in that where we saw much of an opportunity for Swole Patrol. Maybe that.
Wait. I would like to raise one scenario where there was a chance for Swole Patrol.
Okay.
They won the pistol round on the first round of the game, Mike.
That's true. They looked great. And then Shazam
just destroyed them, man.
Ruined it for them. Oh, there was a glimmer. You're right.
Wow.
They looked good
That's
in that
depressing.
one pistol. They actually won both pistols.
They did. They did win both pistols.
Silver lining. Winning both pistols and getting 6 rounds. Less of a silver lining.
Yeah, that really paints a terrible picture, doesn't it? But you know what? Sometimes that is how it goes. Sometimes you pick a map and you get destroyed on it. And that is the way it goes. For now, we are going to cut to a quick break. But before we do that, follow this beautiful man on Twitter, of course, and follow me down here below. And if you haven't done so, or you don't know already, we are doing some skin giveaways right after this match at the end of the best of 3 series. So if you're potentially in the market for some free skins and some agent skins as well, stick around. We're doing some free giveaways. All you have to do is enter a keyword and just hang around for a little bit, and you'll have a chance to win some free skins. So for now, we're going to cut to a break. We'll be back soon, and second map's coming up here shortly.